Hi everyone, it's Wayne, and this is commentary after what you'll see that I've worked on for right-handed comments. Today I'm really having a tough time. It started with my right shoulder, and uh, it's just strange. It's people say there's a slight case of cerebral palsy or whatever, and sure, I'm not drooling or I'm not in a wheelchair and I don't weigh 25 pounds when I'm 50 years old or whatever, but on the way home from Walgreens, I, well, what this is a copy of the whatever newspaper this might be from the barbershop. It's in Arabic, but I thought I would look through it the way I do Polish papers and try and match up names and photos and such. But hold on to that. We had gone there to get a haircut, but it was too crowded. So I left. So I'll come back tomorrow. And I'm glad you guys doing good business now at Walgreens. It's funny because a few people that I know there went out of their way to not kind of look at me. We're like strangers, employee, whatever. Did. So it's weird that people don't call names. Or not, I shouldn't even say that. Go out of their way to like ignore something, whereas on the way home, not today's case, but on the way home, I have like around just under half a mile to walk home, and there'll be cars going by, all kids that do it, and it's usually people just shouting out fag or drunk or retard. And it's because on the average day I'm, rarely walking, like fucking Hitler is what you probably want, is someone goose-stepping to make them look normal, but as is, I'll be clenching down as hard as I can, and then it starts out with the arm kind of being trapped this way, and then I can sit, and the whole thing is like, it's right here in my shoulder blade is where it starts, and so if I like walking home, the sunlight, it's weird because like the same thing with the lamp here, I could be close to it, and my right side will just do that, and I can't do nothing about it, and that's no big thing. But what I'm going to be doing in a little bit, you see I took the label off. There's these little things you could buy singly for like about $1.99. That's why I went to Walgreens. And if I buy a whole pack, like 5 or 6, that's making me say, oh yeah, I'm going to be dependent on these for more than one day, because maybe the idea of me not having a slight case would be, rather having a slight case means that I can make myself somehow magically be better tomorrow. And that might be the case. Maybe I will feel okay. But it's more like something like this. It's heat related. We'll massage it. And it just makes me forget, because it's on my right side where I don't hurt in a lot of ways. I don't have the pain receptors. It'll calm down, maybe. Is that, I don't know. You would have to live in a body when you have spasms. I always describe it as, remember those old, like, there'd be something like that, and then you'd squeeze the bottom of it, and they'd be like monkeys or clowns, and they'd move up and down or whatever. You have to be really young to remember. It'd be like a round thing, and then you'd press the bottom part, and then whatever was on top would twist and, just do whatever. And that part might go away. And I remember back when I worked downtown, and it'd be like winter. One time my dad picked me up, and he thought I was stoned. Got family members who would think, "Oh Jesus, I go up north, hang out with the North Siders," and whatever the hell they might think that North Siders do. But it was kind of like pain like this. It was the left side without the CP. I could manage it. I know what to do. I know how to massage it. But the right side, there's no understanding of it. The way this hurts right now, I would want to put a knife in it. But, it will get better. But, there's always, that memory of people in my family thinking, yeah, Wayne's really stoned, and yet they don't get the idea that, I hurt, and at the same time, it's been this way since, well, not all my life, but like 1975 was when it really started getting bad on both sides of my body. The CP, then, quote unquote, fibromyalgia, Excuse me. I'm sorry. So, when you feel like this, I'm talking a little bit earlier when I came home on the way, aside from not hearing, anybody say shit to me speeding cars. But, things that, not really, I wouldn't say gave me enjoyment, but got my mind off of how I feel. And I counted 4 motorcyclists going by, 2 that were kind of, each one kind of hopscotching above the other, like on a video game Frogger or whatever. And the moon's a half moon now, and it's visible during daylight, so I watched that. I watched a squirrel kind of say 1 step ahead of me on a picket fence, and then finally climb a tree. And this was when I crossed over from Lawler to LeClaire through the church parking lot. And, by looking at stuff like that, I still feel selfish because I know there are people worse off than me, but, all I could think of is that, most of the people don't even understand a life like this, and I'm fine with how I am. I think it's a good thing, and it's hard to explain why I would even say that. Certainly I'm used to it now, so I'm that way, but there are certain days where, you see the guys on the motorcycles hopscotching or whatever, and I couldn't imagine a day where I would just be able to do any number of things that I see other people do things with 2 hands, and be able to wave and with the good hand and try and get the other hand to even move, which it won't because my right shoulder is saying no. Anyhow, shouldn't even care about that. And again, like I said, it's almost, well, it is selfish because there's, again, people in wheelchairs. I worked with them for a couple of years. I was with United Cerebral Palsy working at summer camp until Republicans thought it was a good idea to shut down the programs. What are you going to do about that? So I did a sketch right when I came home a while ago. Hold on, please. And this is what I came up with. Evidently I'm needed, so I'll just finish things now. call it California Sun, and it's a girl with a reflection in the water as a whatever, reflection in the water, but it's done in silhouette. And had a bit of a muscle spasm for her top area, but then over here there's like a little mountainous hill or something. And you can see the different colors I've given the sky and tried to match the match the water the same way. And as I've said in the past, I don't start over. Once I go with a subject or whatever, however it turns out is the way it turns out. So if someone is into really big-breasted, grotesquely big-breasted women, well, there's California Sun. And I'm gonna really stop anyway, because it's 11 minutes into this, and so I'll stop boring you and all. So let me just hold this up, and I'll sign off that way. Give me a second here. Goodbye. It is 25th April 2012, 8:35 p.m. and going away. Bye.